Today was a choppy P&L day. We went up and then we went down and then we went up and then we went down again. So we're gonna go ahead and recap those trades that led to the chop. I'm happy that I was able to keep it pretty small deviation off of zero given the chop. The markets were pretty trendy, so probably could have played the trend a little better. But let's go ahead and recap all of that. Please sit back and enjoy the live stream recap from this morning. Happy Wednesday, it's hump day. Hope you're having a good morning so far. Hope yesterday ended up being all right for you. Yesterday morning session, tough way to end. If you watched the recap video or if you stayed around, you know I took a stupid trade. I knew I was going to get tilted if I continued to trade, so I just logged off. I think it's important to understand when you're going on tilt. Understand those emotional triggers that you have of like, why did I do that? That was stupid. Those types of thoughts. So I ended up just like walking away for a while. Literally was not at the computer till 12:30 or 1 or something like that. Went and got coffee, went and got a sandwich. You know, while you do that, the market has time to do things and you have time to get a clear head. I ended up taking one more trade and it made the day. It's like it was like the type of trade that I like, right? And if you're in the Discord chat, you see all this and you see my write-up on it. But like the no drawdown trade, grabbing a lot of points, way more than I normally would, but it happened so quick. And it's just like, this was the trade that really set me over, and then right back into it. You can it just takes one to make the day or ruin the day, right? So basically my point in saying this and showing this even is just not to be a prick, but to be like, step away if you need to. Step away for real. It allows you to actually see the market clearly. It allows you to build that patience back up. I wasn't expecting to see anything, but because I've taken those steps emotionally and mentally to get that clean slate for the afternoon session, it allowed me to execute off of it. So there's the quick little quote unquote video from my lessons learned yesterday and kind of what I go through whenever I do that. So yeah, there you go. So far on the actual trading day, if you look at the daily level, we have a nice little double bottom here on the Nasdaq at 1140. Ended up ripping pretty good, like almost, I guess, 200 points off of it since 5 a.m. 200 point move to the upside. Couple of wicks here on the little downtrend. We'll see if we get the little pump or not, or some more continued pump, I should say. We are in the middle of value area with value area high being at 450. So that will be interesting to see if we get the full rotation up to 450 or not. As of right now, though, the trend is up from this overnight session off of that double bottom low. I don't know if this low holds us or not. We're 200 points away from it right now, so it doesn't necessarily matter anyways. I'm just going to be super patient and go from there. From a news perspective, we have Powell speaking at 9:15. We could probably listen to this as a group, and then we have crude oil, if you trade crude oil, coming out at 9:30. NAS has a wick test at 310. ES has volume at 65, wick test at 64 and a quarter. That's the wick test, and it just melted right through it. Down into point of control, though, so potentially a decent bounce here, actually. But Delta looks a little heavy. I'm going to try it. Quick little stab long off point of control. Delta's kind of heavy here still, so I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Let's see, trying to be a little patient as we chop around here. I'm taking that off. I was looking for obviously more than that, but I locked in 140 on that trade a little early. Oh, there we go. Probably would have gotten filled very, very close here. It was just bouncing around a lot. I was kind of like feeling like we might get a quick wick up and then back into this chop range, but I would have gotten totally filled out. The wick test on the ES played out a lot better. The NAS, I mean, we bought the point of control test, so not a bad trade. I just hung out a little too long for my liking. Make sure you press that thumbs up button down below. Subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. Turn on those bell notifications so that you know when we're going live every day, Monday through Friday at 8:20 a.m. Central Time, so you can actually watch the stream live. If you haven't yet, also, make sure you check out the links down below the video. There's a lot of helpful ones. FAQs, my Twitter, my Instagram, at Trades by Matt on both of those. There's even a discount to Top Step if you are interested in earning a funded account. And yeah, check out the links. Enjoy the rest of the recap. Wow, we are back in the range. That's pretty nuts. Big sweep across the board. That's a 50-point pull on the NAS, 60-point pull on the NAS. Jeez. Gonna go run the lows now? All right, got a little wick test here. Back into volume at 300. A little bit of buyers as well. I'm going to take a short here. If we clean push above 300, like I'm gonna get out of this thing, but I do want to take a little stab short. I like this sort of push into point of control after being below it. We could just end up chopping the next 2 minutes here, in which case I'll just kill it. But looking for about 10 points of downside movement, give or take. We got the buyers pushing through at 300. I'm out of there. Down $300 on that trade, 15 points. I'm not interested. This is like a spot where it makes sense to reject at 08, but I mean, going into PAL speaking, I'm just not interested in holding that. I'm fine with that trade that I took. That was worth it for me. I said I was gonna kill it above 300, and I did. So on to the next. Buyers still look good here. I might just get long. Ride it up to 420 off the 80s. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of wiggle room, which I'm fine with, and I want to see this thing push into the 20s. Everything is appearing slow grindy. Delta looks pretty good. Typically, it's when Delta looks a little heavy on these slow grind days is when we actually get the pop. Right near the highs here, a little double top rejection on the Nasdaq at 410. See if we can pop it here. Still struggling. It's right at that 405 spot that's been kind of getting slapped off of every time. Yeah, it's trying to pull over a little bit. 92.5 still has that 200 block. I'm going to be patient to see this thing get filled out. Slow grind days, you just kind of have to be patient. And it's pretty much feeling like that right now after these moves. So just trying to be patient on this trade and let it kind of work itself out here. Got to pop this level though. 05. I mean, how many times can we trade it? Jeez. Come to 07, pop 10, we rotate 20. So that's kind of the order of events that I'm watching for. Just giving it. There we go. I'll take that off. Good enough for me. That's exactly what we were waiting for. It's just a slow grind push. We were down 170 or so. Now we're up 265, 250 after commissions. Up a little green. Nothing crazy. Market's been open for an hour and 7 minutes. I mean, we're putting in some decent volume up here at 400. I don't think it's very far-fetched to assume a point of control flip sooner rather than later, actually. All right, I'm getting short here. I'm not fully expecting this move, but just wanted to have an Act of God candle up just in case we do get the quick flush. What I really am expecting is something more like this, where it's like down here, 94 or so. But I'm going to leave this open for just a second to see what happens. A little bit of buyers there. Just not sure how juicy it was. Definitely didn't see that heavy of buying into the trade that I took, but we'll see. We have a lot of topside wicks here. I'm just going to be a little patient. We got 2 minutes and 15 seconds left on this candle to see how it closes out, what type of strength we're actually closing with here. I think that will be very telling. I mean, if we're closing up at 430, that's like a totally different game then. But this doesn't look that bad. We should have seen probably a little bit more selling here. He still has that block at 03 and the block at 90. But as of right now, buyers look not terrible. So I'll be very quick to kill this trade on the close if it doesn't close a little heavy. Right now, ES is closing fairly strong. Anything really above 96 is pretty strong in my opinion. Point of control flip at 96. Well, that's what we were talking about. Point of control flip up here with value area high. That's pretty freaking interesting. Back below 96. Pretty heavy close across the board. I don't know. I mean, this could be consolidation for the next leg up, but that's typically the type of thing that I want to see on a rotation down. What's this Act of God candle look like? That's a cool ass name for a candle. Really, they're just like any candles that's like a scam, pump, or dump. Like this one here. Like we had this huge wick to the upside and then it just got immediately slapped. Like an Act of God candle would be like if you accidentally got short here and you're really looking for like 20 points, but you just put like a, you know, an exit at like 50 points. That's an Act of God candle where it just like immediately happens, immediate slap. Delta still looks pretty good on the NAS as well. And by pretty good, I mean it looks good. It looks prime for a move to the upside. I'm just not sure how much. I mean, we have value area high at 55, so that could be the target to the upside move for an upside breakout, 55, if it wants to do that. Yeah, it's just closing out just a little bit above volume. Now is on the quick open, testing the prior high, and popping through it. So we got up to 35 on the quick push above the prior high. I'm getting out of that. That's not worth it. Down 400 bucks. I like that trade. Killing it above the prior high makes sense. Overall, basically a wash of a day. Slow grind day seemingly still continues. We'll see. See you tomorrow morning. Market open 8:20 a.m. Central Time. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.